Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mark with the Tawnytown Library again, and I'm here with a cooking video that's going to show you how to make some really good chocolate pudding. Now this is actually just Hershey's official chocolate pudding recipe. We got it off their website 4 years ago, but this is what we've made ever since, and it's really good, so it's what I wanted to share with you today. All you're going to need to make this is 2/3 a cup of sugar and 1/4 cup of cocoa, just a pinch of salt and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then 2 1/4 cups of milk, and we're going to finish up with 2 tablespoons of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is get a medium saucepan out, and we're going to put our dry ingredients all in there first. So we'll pour in the 2/3 cup of sugar, and then we'll pour in the 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. And then I'm just going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in there, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and the cornstarch is what really thickens it into pudding. And then we're going to pour the milk in and mix it all together. And best practices would actually be to mix all the dry stuff together first, but it doesn't make that much of a difference, so I don't usually bother. So we're just going to mix this up as much as we can, and then we're going to be putting it over medium heat, and we're just going to stir constantly until it boils, which is going to be a little while. So we're going to skip ahead through that, and while we do, I'll tell a funny little story. So we first got this recipe, I think about 4 years ago, and it was so good that my sister started making it every single day. But she eventually had to stop when she got on the scale and realized that she had gained 5 pounds in a month. And I did not know that, so I just went to the fridge the next day to get the pudding that I had been enjoying every day, and I apparently just asked in the most confused tone, "Where's the pudding?" And made my sister laugh about that. Since then, it's just become a sometimes treat and not an everyday treat. Alright, and we've been stirring this whole time, and the pudding's finally started to boil. You can see it's nice and thick now. You're going to want to continue stirring it, but you're going to want to let it just boil for 1 minute. So we'll skip ahead through that, and once that minute's done, we're going to remove it from the heat and add in 2 tablespoons of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're just going to stir this until the butter's all melted and it's thoroughly mixed, and our pudding is finished cooking. So you can just pour it into a container to cool down at this point, but in our house we actually like to separate it into different little serving bowls so that it's ready to go whenever somebody wants some. So that's what I'm doing here. The recipe makes 4 servings. So I've brought out 4 little glass bowls, and I'm just going to pour the pudding right in. Now you can, if you want, serve the pudding still hot. I personally believe it tastes a lot better if you let it cool. So we're going to actually put these into the fridge for a minimum of 2 hours. You don't want any less than 2 hours, and longer than that is still even better. But before that, we're actually going to cover it in plastic wrap to prevent the skin from forming. Now, some people apparently love the taste of the skin, but that's not the way we've ever eaten it. We've always just gone skinless. So we put the plastic wrap on so no skin forms. And you can see these are now ready to go in the fridge and cool for a few hours. So let's skip ahead and show you what the finished product looks like. And these puddings are fully formed, ready to go. Just take this plastic wrap off, and you can see nice and solid. I'm gonna go grab a spoon to show you. And you have delicious creamy pudding that's just so good. I highly recommend you try it. It couldn't be easier to make, and it is leagues better than any pre-made pudding you'll buy in a store. I hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you again next time.